However, I was looking up, because again, I haven't seen anything on Marcell Ozuna, and we've heard so many bloody reports on some of these other guys. And Marcell Ozuna is very, 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 very good. And right now, it seems like, from what I was reading, Atlanta, even though they want him, and he was obviously pretty happy in Atlanta, and I think he said, I'm happy with this city. I'd love to play here again. They're having a hard time right now fitting him in. And a big part of that is Freddie Freeman coming up next year. We're going to need to shell out a crap load of money for him. And they also don't know, is there going to be a universal DH anymore?
So yeah, about the DH, it looks like they're going to stick to traditional ways and not have one. Supposedly, it's no official, but MLB has come out and said they're not looking to put a DH in the NL. So that is also a factor on why.
Which personally, I think is stupid. I would like to have one, but
yeah, I agree too. Like, look, you want people to see what do people like the most? Offense. Everyone loves offense. Pitching, it's like a defense, right? So why don't we allow teams to have more offense? That's why there's so many runs scored in the AL. People come and they want to see them. Like, no casual fan wants to come to a game and watch 0-0 pitching duels. And that's exactly what happens when you have a dead spot in the 9th and 8th spot as a pitcher.
My opinion has always been, like, I actually don't care either way, but it should be universal for both leagues.
Yeah.
If we're going to make it so that pitchers are across the board, like, you have to bat if you are a pitcher, then that's good. Maybe it will actually insinuate some of these guys to, like, get really good at the bat, and then you'll have a great pitcher who can also bat. But we don't have that. We have this weird medium ground where it's like, you're just pitching, and then you're just an empty dead spot.
Yeah,
and then in half the other league, you just pitch and you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah,
and it's stupid. You one way or the other, pick a side.
Yeah, and you could make the argument of, like, being a pitcher and then also being a batter. Like, that's so much split focus for a pitcher. Like, I'm like, I just struck out the side, or I had to get out of an inning. Now I'm up to bat next. Oh my god! Now what's the game plan? It's like, look. For me personally, I'm a big fan of the DH. Implement it. It's easier for the pitchers. They stick to one routine. They don't have to, like, split their focus. It's hard enough for catchers going from hitting and then going to pitching, but that's why a catcher is so crucial, and that's why they actually hit lower and while they're on their knees all the time. But I just think we should just have a universal DH so that people like Ozuna can go and play for the Braves.
I do think, though, like, could you imagine how cool it would be if, Mike Trout was also Garrett Cole, and they were one.
Well, that's what Ohtani. That's Ohtani, right?
That's kind of Ohtani.
But again, split focus, and he's, like, not really doing. When he gets hurt on the pitching side, and he gets hurt again, and it's just like too much workload for one human. It's like, ideal as it might be to go back in, like, high school ball and be a pitcher and a hitter. It's like, when you're a professional, your whole routine is structured around that specific area,
right?
And if you want to be the great at one area, you got to put your time into that one area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do tend to agree. Either way, there should be one or the other.